Hey y'all, before I start my video, I just wanted to do a quick pulse check with myself. I know it's been a while, so I'm going to start off a little bit slower, with just my basic black Twsbi and just kind of see if I can get some vibes off this. I've been feeling pretty blue lately, I think. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm just really hoping that after this video, I'll understand what blue means because it's just like I'm stuck in the blue zone. Yep, pretty much. Clearly, I am in the blue, maybe green, maybe a little bit gold zone. Or is that cerulean blue? Well, as you know, I'm not really blue, but I wanted to try to showcase my first attempt at a mood ring like Twsbi. As you can see, I have not put the finial or the cap back on yet as I am still working on this. However, wanted to show y'all still because it's been a while and I'm feeling pretty cerulean blue right now. Just in case you were interested, you can see that the pen is actually cooling down. It's no longer that deep blue, maybe in some areas where it's feeling the warmth of my hand. But as you can see, I wanted to kind of get far away so you can kind of see the texture I'm trying to build up from this pigmentation. It does react quickly to temperature. So even as I just rub my finger down it, you can see it's already turning those shades of green and blue, just like a mood ring would do once it warms up to your body temperature. So of course, I'll go to another side that's starting to cool down. And once it starts to warm up, you can see those deep blues and greens coming through. Right now, this pen is not sealed. All right, so this is what I used to create or to start creating my mood ring Eco. As you can see, it is very reactive to the heat from your hand. And that's a couple of reasons. I'm not finished with it yet. As you can see, I still have some spots as I was trying to thickly and splotch-like apply this because I did want it to have some texture and I didn't want it to be all smooth or all kind of one color transition. When you kind of get that thick application, as you can see, I have blues and greens because depending on how thick it is in one area, it won't go all the way blue or purple since it's a little bit on the thicker side. When I tried to use this brush pen directly on the Eco, got this off of Amazon for about 10 bucks. This alone would not adhere to the smooth texture of the Twsbi. At the end, it does recommend sealing this with an epoxy resin. So I'm pretty sure once I put resin on this, it won't be as immediately reactive. You'll probably have to hold it for a minute or two, just like a regular mood ring would take to warm up. However, to solve the problem as far as this brushable temperature activated ink, I had to paint my Twsbi, my black Twsbi with black nail polish so that way it would have a better surface for this liquid color or liquid crystal pen to adhere to. So of course, I'm going to probably continue this, maybe put 2, maybe even 3 more layers on this before I either seal it with epoxy or I'm not sure if I just want to kind of use just some type of spray paint regular sealer on it. However, let's talk about research because I am all about that scientific method. I've done the research for you. I've spent countless hours or minutes going to Home Depot and Lowe's and getting their free paint swatches. Why, you ask? Well, I was seeing if they would have a paint color called cerulean. Of course they didn't. So I pretty much had to take them and run. I don't even know if there's a limit on those, but I went to Lowe's and Home Depot and I got these paint swatches. And from what I discovered, the closest to the cerulean is the Bear Carib. And where are my colors? Of course, I mixed these up. Bear with me 1 second. The Hacienda Blue, I felt was very close. However, the closest I feel that I could find was this one, which is the Aruba Blue in Bear. So if you're wondering what color the Cerulean Blue is close to, it's this blue here. I don't know what this little spot, there we go, is. But as you can see, when I kind of run the pen up and down, it's almost to a point where the pen can even disappear in the color. I really think the difference right now is for these paper samples, this is a satin finish, where of course on the Twsbi it has that high gloss finish. So if this had a gloss finish on this paint sample paper, I think these would be matched perfectly. But of course, shine does make a difference when colors match up. Besides me doing the research for you, because that's what I'm here for, I wanted to look at it compared to other Twsbis. Here we have the Eco Tea Mint Blue. We have the Pastel Blue Eco. We have my homemade turquoise. I'm going to insert a photo right here. This turquoise, I believe it could be true to color to Twsbi's turquoise, as I painted it based on a Reddit photo with someone taking a picture with their Twsbi, and I used the exact same nail polish that perfectly matched their pen. I don't have a turquoise yet. I am still on the hunt for the turquoise and the sunset orange, as those two are MIA. However, once I get a real turquoise, I would love to compare it to see how good did I do. All right, I did also want to snap a photo of Kyushi, if that's how you say her Reddit name, where she says she used the 709 Mintage color by Sally Hansen. I use that exact same color, but as we can see in her picture, her turquoise is definitely a different shade, but as we know, lighting and other factors can definitely make the difference. I did want to hold her photo on the screen, so that way as I go through the pens, you can kind of still compare what her photo is to my current blue collection of Twsbis. But let's move along. We have our transparent blue. And last but not least, we have the blue Eco Tea. And even when you're looking at it on camera, it's almost a brighter version of the cerulean. Look at them close together. They're practically twins. I mean, they're definitely siblings. Definitely very similar to each other. Of course, even on camera and off camera, it's a little bit more apparent off camera, but you can see the difference in these colors on camera. I'm gonna go ahead and place a piece of white paper over this, and it's a little bit easier for y'all to see that color difference between the Eco Tea Blue and the Eco Cerulean. Cerulean is a weird word, right? I feel like I'm saying it wrong every time I say it, cerulean. But trying to make sure that these hit the light, because at some points they look like the exact same color. But once again, I do want to reassure you, off camera, I can clearly tell the difference. On camera, I can slightly tell the difference. I don't know why that is. because even when I look on camera, this looks true to color and this also looks true to color. But if I was to say for this blue one, the cerulean does remind me of a teal. There was a teal here that I gotta find. I think, is it this one? No, that's Carib. Please hold while I look through my research. Perfectly organized research. Perfectly organized in every way. Ah, here it is. The real teal. So if you look at the real teal, and here is the color that Carib most looks like. But even looking at both of these, Carib favors, or sorry, Cerulean favors both these colors, the real teal and Aruba blue. As we can see, it's closer to Aruba blue as it is brighter, but you can definitely tell that it has that teal color in it. So I'm hoping that once you see these against the color paints, it's going to kind of help us see the difference, as this one is closer to like a more blue family without that slight teal / greenish hue in it. When I also did my research on this, I could not find something that matched exactly the Twsbi Eco Tea Blue. But I did feel it did remind me of this King Triton. And of course, the camera is embarrassing me because it looks very different. But even if I pull up one of these blues, it's like it's more in the blue family. I don't know if y'all understand that, but let's use this and compare these two in our little window here. So I think also this helps us see the more blueness of the Eco Tea. Hopefully this is coming up well on camera. I'm trying to make sure that the reflectiveness does not block it out, but this one right here on the right side is the Eco Tea Blue. The one on the left side is the Eco Cerulean. So you can definitely tell with this picture, you can see almost that greenness in the cerulean and that more blueness in the blue. I'll even swap them. So that way here, you can also see the Eco Tea has more blue, whereas the cerulean does have that hint of blue-green in it. So it is a little bit more apparent when you have them up against the swatch, as when you have them together. As you can see, they look very similar, but of course I can still see the greenish in this versus the more pure blue in the Eco Blue. So hopefully that breaks it down for everyone, as I feel I have been long-winded. However, as you see, I have been in the lab trying to find a way to express this color to y'all. Because as you see, even with the rainbow of paints of blues or the many shades, I have the blues. If I was carrying the cerulean with the blue family, I probably definitely would want to carry it with the transparent blue. I don't know, for some reason that's giving me good vibes. However, I do like it next to the mint blue as well. It's such a deep blue, it almost makes the mint blue look white. Clearly, you know, if we look at this against white paper, because of course the camera either likes to wash things out, you can see this mint blue. And if you have one at home, it's a rich color of a light blue, if that, you know, makes sense for lack of better words. However, when you put it up against cerulean or even the Eco Tea Blue, it kind of washes it out, which makes it look, you know, not as rich. However, in person, this is a good duo to have. Of course, y'all know how I feel about the mint blue. It does remind me of the jade, and if we're thinking about the jade, I do want to bring this one out for comparables. We can see the jade and the mint blue. Jade has more of that hint of that milk glass-like green. So I would be happy to carry this as a trio. I think it would look very good together. Maybe if I have some time later on, I'll actually go through the colors and maybe try to get the shades of the lighter blues, but just putting them up against these blue colors because I think that really helps y'all get the pigment. But I think this is a nice carry of 3. Of course, pretty much all ecos go with all ecos. I would even carry it with my makeshift turquoise, and I would probably do the pastel blue with this trio. I think this looks really good together as well. So if you do have a eco turquoise, please share with me if you feel that mine is on point with the color, because until I have a real one, you know, it's kind of hard to tell, but I tried to make this true to color because, you know, I wanted a turquoise, and unfortunately, they are hard to find. I did think to myself, what about in lower light? So if I turn off my direct light, you know, I think it's more apparent, the color difference in a lower light, especially on camera. And even my turquoise or my makeshift turquoise looks a little bit darker in less light. However, even if I look at this, the mint eco tea and the jade, you can actually kind of see the color difference better. So not sure if turning the light off is a good solution. Even looking myself off camera, these colors look a little bit deeper and darker than they do in real life. However, they are all beautiful in their own right. And I think you know what I'm going to say as far as should you get the pen? Probably. Why not? What's stopping you? But I just wanted to say, definitely have a good night. Hopefully this helped you see the colors that I am seeing definitely through the camera. I think I'm going to try to include these paint chips a little bit more when I'm discussing these colors, because if you have a Home Depot or Lowe's near you, you can actually get these and kind of compare it to what color does it appear like. Oh, that's kind of close to there. So I'll do a little bit of more research as far as my color theory. And if you have any ideas, definitely let me know. As well as the glow purple, don't quote me on it, I can't remember the exact color. As in the last video, I kept saying the glow in the dark green when it was the glow green Twsbi. So the collection has grown, as y'all know. But thanks for your time, salutations, and good night.